Alright. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the kingdom. Tonight, I will be your host, the Late Night King. This aside, I am going to go ahead and bring up Discord. So any of you who would like to chat, we can absolutely get into that. Let's go and turn that off there. Bring this up. Almost there. Shooter McGavin. Alright. Rebel, it is a little early. But this aside, I told you I have this whole week off, guys. Okay, so anyway, let's get this analysis underway. Here we have the Krampus event, Winter's Claw. Alright, so as you guys have already surmised, Krampus, what's unique about him is that he is the first Titan with an X skill. And so the game marks another transition point today. Ultimately, it will make champions and infiltrators more viable, but they still, at least until more changes come, they're still not going to be able to compete late game with high-level troops. Alright, so beyond that, the second 4-star ranger that we can get is Erdred, the Ragnar Ranger. Now, we'll be covering him in a little bit. Armando, man, welcome to the stream. As you guys all know, I'm all about the relics, and I'm right there with you, Rebel. Erdred is nice at 13k. I'm looking at these relics here, and they're not Krampus relics. But I've got a hunch they're going to be very critical down the road. I'll go into my explanation of those as we get to the relics in the actual event. I'm lucky enough to have Jotun from the last year's event, so I don't have Morgar. I'm just going to be running with my Jotun on this particular event. Alright, so with that aside, why don't we go ahead and cover ranking rewards here. If you're on a top 50 alliance, congratulations. It'll be nice to get Krampus, even though if you don't necessarily look to complete the event, just because at some point he's going to be a bonus Titan. That's pretty much guaranteed. And so you get him today, even if he has terrible skills, he gives you that bonus later on down the road. If you get 51 to 100, convince, or do your hardest to convince your alliance to drop VP, or drop souls, to get down to the 4,000 gems. I don't know why they have this in here. It would be a much more desirable target if it was like an orb or something of that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So your goal is, if you're in a top 50 alliance and you're not completing the event, enjoy getting Krampus. If you're not in the top 50 alliance, then push to get to the 4,000, 101 to 250, or even the 3,000 is fine. You can net yourself a lot of gems that way as a free-to-play player. Now, let's actually cover the personal rewards in this event. There are a lot of frost tokens. I'm going to go ahead and count how many we have here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frost tokens during the course of this event, guys. That is quite a bit. Now, you're not grinding for the frost tokens, so realistically you can reach 4,500 without committing too much. Bad Mother Trucker, good to see you. Now, everything before the ice helm is pretty much garbage, with the exception of your portal stones and your frost tokens. These 3-star or 3-star titans, they're not worth it to you long run, guys. Even if you get the best skills, they're not worth your leveling. 16k sold, bad mother trucker. That's awesome. Now there are 1,250 divine gems in this event, so that's pretty dang good. But unless you're completing the event, realistically, reaching 6,000 is the most that you're going to do. Now let's get to the reason that you would. Oh, good to have you here, Josh. Let's get to the reason that you would actually want to do this event, guys. You have your ice helm here. This is a decent item with a buff to Imperials. Imperials are not a joke in the meta anymore. I mean, they're definitely not near the top in strength, but they're not a joke. They're in a good place to where a single buff could put them over where they need to be. And so having a baseline of 2 or 3 of these ice realms in your inventory is basically allowing you to save quite a bit for upcoming metas. I don't really see a world in which Banner of Earth ever is good, even on Ragnar Rangers, just because the last thing you really want is your Goliaths being buffed for damage. 4 ice helms, Rebel. Then you don't need this ice helm. Now, Uhdred's Jade. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of this just because it is more resistance for Goliaths. It's not as good as the other item. What is it, Heartstone? But it's still pretty good. So far we have, I'd say 2 decent relics and a bad 4-star relic. Moving forward, these ice gauntlets. Okay, so going into the ice helm and the ice gauntlets, where I see these being powerful are when the X-skilled Rangers come up. Alright? Look at this ice gauntlets here. This is absolutely perfect. Imagine a Talus if he had X-skilled if we get another rendition of a Yaldarg, that's ice with X skills, and at that point you're looking at Titan ice damage on these, getting Imperials to buff them up, and that helm goes even further. Ice helm, Imperials health, Titan damage. So I see them being good for Rangers down the road. Now, no, this is another orb, and this is one of the better orbs in my opinion, just because it gives resistance to ranged. I love the orbs. I am doing this event, and the orb is one of the main reasons I'm doing it. Now, moving forward, we have our Chains of Winter. And once again, this will be a key relic on X-skilled Ranger Titans. I guarantee it moving forward. This will be a key relic. And so, you get this today. It may sit in your inventory for 9 months. But this will see the light of day down the road. The Snatcher's Cage. Even more so here. The Titan Critical for Rangers is going to be flippin' amazing. Yeah, Joseph, you're absolutely right with Calvarax. There's a perfect example of how it'd be good now. Now, I'm not saying that these are relics that you need to break the bank to get, because, we're free to play. I'm just saying that if you happen to be completing the event, they're not going to be the useless Frozen Rune type relics that there are now. Ultimately, though, The two most useful that I see in this event currently, good to see you, Pisces, are Orb of Justice and Udrid's Jade. Yeah, so they're not bad relics, but, you know, don't expect too much from them. Rebel, which are the two relics that you noticed are really important to you? Now, the other thing while he's answering that, I want to ask the group is, who here is planning on finishing the event? In my mind, I don't care about the skills of the Titans I get. These are two unique Titans for future bonus events, and then I get 7 4-star relics. 6 if I want to just toss Banner of the Earth underneath the underneath the bus. And ultimately, I think if I were to grind through all of this, it would take about 20,000 gems to do, utilizing Jotun. If you do not have Jotun or Morgath, guys, don't break the bank on this. Just do some normal grinding and just try to get to the Frost token at 4,500. Otherwise, it is kind of a long grind for you. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and post the Discord link because I don't think I've done that yet. Yeah, I mean, there are no game-breaking relics in this. Alright, guys? What I plan on doing is grinding up to about 17,000 and then utilizing 10 tokens to get to the end. And I say 10 tokens because I am happily sitting at 32 Frost tokens right now. So I'm stored up and ready to complete an event, and this event has relics I think will be important. Ultimately, though, the relic that pushed this over the edge for me for saying, 4,500 and moving it forward is I'm a Goliath fan. I am pushing myself to get as many of the Goliath buffing relics as possible. And I'll show you, while this Skolnar isn't absolutely amazing, I've got 4 elements completely maxed out for him, and I am maxing out a Goliath 4-star Goliath belt, which will max out my lightning resist as well, or come close to it. So, given by the end of this event, I'll have a Skolnar with maxed out resistances on everything but against Earth, and that makes me excited. While Goliaths aren't everything that they were in the past, I'll show you what relics I've got for them right here. As you can see, I'm rocking 4 orbs on them and a poison resist belt. Now, all of that aside, I am so close to breaking the 10 million mark here with my garrison. And while this garrison will change, I'm just looking forward to the 10 million. Jeez. Pisces, let me show you what I got. Guys, that if you didn't take advantage of the theater, or the what is it? The relics, the war relic event. Jeez. My mind's going on me. I want to show you guys what Goliath belts I got yesterday. Because I got 4 Goliath belts. Alright. So, this is the Goliath belt I got with the original event when Goliath belts dropped something besides physical. And these are the ones that I had leveled up. So, moving on from this point, I think I had 2 or 3 anything that's a physical resist, I didn't get in yesterday's event. Anything that's not, I did. So I didn't get a single physical resist Goliath belt yesterday. Okay. Jim, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Thank you for typing that in chat. I didn't even see you.
That's all right, bro. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So here
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. Oh yeah, and Merry Christmas to everyone on the stream. So, yesterday I got this poison resist belt. I got this ice resist belt. I got this lightning resist belt. And I got this earth resist Goliath belt. I don't know what it was, but I got like one of every single resist type. So I was stoked. Merry Christmas.
Shooter, I got a question for you.
All right, go for it.
Do you know how many relics the relic storage can hold? The treasure room.
No, I know that it goes over 400 in that treasure room. Yeah, Pisces, go and join us in Discord. More than merrier. And so, that was the one and only time I pushed it to where I got 3 relics leveled up in one night, from 1 to 10.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I pushed as hard as I could yesterday. I had 279 battles for the Spoils of War, and I'm a little over 500 now after completing or getting to 16,000 on the event.
Jeez,
and
dude.
I know I got a ton of relics in that story or that treasure room. I just don't know how many, and I've maxed out 3 4-stars.
Jeez.
So I didn't know if anybody knew or not.
No. That, I figured I'd be one of the ones that would come close to knowing, but that, I mean, you went the distance with that event yesterday, and I congratulate you on it. Did you spend any gems to do that?
I had a little bit of advantage. I mean, I'm married, but we don't have any kids, and I just had a little bit of family stuff to take care of yesterday. But after that, I was just running. Running in the event. That's all I was doing yesterday afternoon and evening, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I think yesterday I ended up doing like 175 battles before I collapsed. But I am very happy that I did because, man, I mean, 4 Goliath belts and then 2 4-stars that were not Goliath belts. So
yeah,
6.
I got a Van Brace, I already pronounced it. I got a Scimitar. I got several 4-stars, and actually I got a 4-star Rare 4 script today. And I didn't have the 4-star version. I had a 3-star.
I feel sorry for y'all, because I actually got the 4-star mount armor from a neutral land.
Oh, you just suck.
Serrated edge.
I think I've only gotten a 4-star drop once on the neutral land.
I've gotten at least 2 4-star drops from neutral lands. The first was a Dragon Helm, the second's the mount armor.
Well, I'm going to have to start forging some 4-star relics now. It's a sad day, but it's got to happen.
That's the multiple copies shooter is exactly what I put into my favorites. And that's how I know they're the multiple copies of my 4-stars. And I'm only keeping 2 3-stars, just depending on what they are, to be honest. My storage is just, it's there. And I keep on coming out with these new relics.
Okay.
I don't have a headset.
All right. So, my amazing wife just told me I was being too loud.
You kind of cut out there, bro. What'd you say?
My amazing wife just told me I was being too loud.
You gonna wake up the kid?
Yeah, he just woke up. So give me a moment, guys. I will be right back. You are welcome to carry on the conversation.
So, Pisces, are you running in the event, bro?
No, I don't got the stuff or the money to do it.
Well, you could get pretty far. It's just, grinding it out because it is a 5-day event. If you have the time, you can get pretty far in that 5 days. Plus, you get several boost relics if you would want to use them to get even further.
Well, I'm going to be grinding as much as I can without spending any sort of gems or anything for the relics. But my first goal is obviously the 2,000 for a total of those 3 tokens.
Is the bottle in over here?
In a short few days. Then I might or might not push, it depends then. But the only boosted titan I have is a 4-star champ, so.
Gotcha. I really wasn't going to run it until I saw Urge Red. I don't even care about Krampus, as I call them. I really wasn't going to run until I saw Urge Red skills. And then I saw that Urge Red's Jade, so I knew I was going to get to at least 15K. And actually, right now, I'm a little above 16, I think. 16,006 I am right now. $20,000, Alex? Yeah, you're running there, baby. You went all the way up. I know I won't go all the way. From here on out, I'll just grind it out like a free to play. Because I got where I wanted to go, and if I get anything extra, I'll get it. So I'm going to work on forging some relics too. I got so many from yesterday.
Well, surprisingly, I actually started upgrading my relic storage, so now it's up to 400. Yeah.
There you go.
And so far I have like 250 out of 400. So once I reach that 400, then I'll try to max all my 4 stars. I only have like 12 or something like that.
Right.
All right. I have to ask Dougie Fresh on his Drake scales. Okay. Does he ever use them? Because I don't really see a world in which throwing resistance onto my Grenadiers is going to work. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
No, Grenadiers to me are just throwaway. I'm not going to put a Drake scale or anything else on them to try to increase them.
So, you think the Mount Armor with Lightning Resist is good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great relic.
Now, I still wouldn't say that you're going to beat Storm Maidens, but you're going to make it harder on them.
Although it's a great relic, and it's for Panthers, I do think that currently Storm Maidens are way too overpowered. There's going to be a lot of people out there saying, "Oh no, what are you crazy? They're great. I love them." And yes, I love them, but they're way too overpowered when they can take down, max Titans with all the skills unlocked, and they just shred things. I think they're way too overpowered.
I agree there, but my only good capsule defense Titan is a Meiku, which is level 41, so for the Panther defense Mount Armor, it's probably one of the best ones, because the other one I have is resist fire, but Panthers aren't really I'm not really worried about being raided by fire,
Well, with Almarin and Hades in the game now, that's got to be a concern, because they will melt. My Almarin, I maxed him out, he's at 60, and all his relics are maxed. I go in there and I melt stuff. Those Grenadiers, and those Omega Grenadiers, they just melt things. They got 100% crit on them with the relics that I got.
Wow.
You see, due to my time off and me being a free-to-play player, I am still using archers as my way to take down big barracks or big garrisons.
Shooter, what do you think about what I just said about the storm maidens?
I think they're not as dominant as Panthers once were, but they're dominant enough to where there needs to be some sort of nerf associated with them. You know, when Panthers were the meta, I mean, it was just disgusting. You literally didn't use anything else. With this meta, you can still use something else. It's a clear definition between Tier 1 and Tier 2 attackers. And there should be some sort of build-up. Does that make sense?
So, like, Tier 1 are the old Titans, and Tier 2 are the brand new Titans?
No,
You know,
Tier 1
all
attackers
those,
would be the Storm Maidens, and then the...
powers they have?
Yeah. Tier 1 attackers would be the Storm Maidens and the Titans that buff them. Tier 2 attackers would be... no, it just depends on if you're attacking a land or a garrison or something like that. I mean, each of them, the rest of them are, I'm not going to say they're balanced, but they're not, like, there's no unit that's completely dead at the moment. Does that make sense? Except for militia.
You kind of cut out. What unit is completely dead?
No, there is no unit that's completely dead at the moment.
Yeah, even militia got a new upgrade with that grown core with X skills for militia on them.
Yeah, well, I don't include militia in my assessments because they've always been dead to me.
Yeah, I don't use militia. I just don't use them.
You know what militia are great for?
But only for a least troop.
Militia are great to load up in your barracks and throw them on your lands when events come along so you can give people more chances at 3-star relics. Because they literally don't do anything for the defense.
Yeah, because, I mean, because I raid so much with Justin Yaka, you know, soloing and everything, I just have like 70-some militia, and after like a day of raiding, I have already had to build more.
Sometimes, whenever I get overloaded and I don't feel like just dumping them out altogether, I'll play a ranger and buff the ranger up to absurd amounts and just run with a pallet full of militia. And then I won't shoot the people hitting the militia. I'll shoot everybody else just so I can watch the militia die.
There's something wrong with you, bro.
Only when it comes to militias.
Oh, by the way, Shooter, I don't know if you remember this from way back. I lost my spider buddy.
Oh, man, I remember. After all, you were the one that called I was going to get an amazing Odin. And my Odin was perfect.
What?
Yeah, Pisces, whenever on the Odin event. You were on my stream then.
Yeah.
I got a
Honestly,
perfect...
I don't remember. Nice. Honestly, I don't remember anything except that little spider from back then.
Well, then you need to lay... Oh, you probably live in Colorado or California or Washington, right?
Nope.
Hint,
Nope.
nudge, nudge.
I'm all the way east now.
Oh.
Ether, how you doing, bud? I see you sneaking in. Where you live out in the east? I live in Ohio.
All right.
Your neighbor in Pennsylvania.
Go to Pennsylvania all the time. I'm a driver.
Real quick, guys, I am going to read off some comments I need to catch up on in chat.
Yep.
Alex says that he used his Valoran to beat a level 60 Hades on a garrison attack. Man, you should have filmed that. I would have loved to see that video.
I think film's old school.
Let's see. Dougie Fresh says he has a cow core that uses grin resist, but he needs fire resist strike skills and it will kill. You need to film that as well, Dougie, because I think it would be awesome to see grenadiers used in an effective manner.
I know, what's his name? Hector, one of those guys that I know, has a cow core with 100% rage resist on his grenadiers.
I have got my 9-month son crawling around my feet trying to eat the cords for the computer. I'm bringing him up so he can talk to you guys.
Starting them out early on the POG.
That's right.
Yeah, I just finished watching the 2 Deadpool movies, so it's just a funny concept that I'm thinking about for now.
So, Mother Trucker, are you on the road now, or are you at home?
No, I'm at home.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here relaxing. Today was kind of our day, we give each other our presents, we exchange our gifts, and just kind of relaxed. And I actually made a big old 8-pound prime rib for dinner. And we had some prime rib, and we had a lot of leftovers.
Prime rib, dang, that sounds good.
Oh yeah, it was delicious.
Now, I gotta tell you, I've lived out west now for 11 years. Actually, 12 years. And one thing I missed about back east is, first of all, meatloaf. Because for some reason in the city I live in, they don't ever have meatloaf. So my wife made me like 3 pounds of meatloaf like 2 days ago, and I was like, holy crap, how am I going to eat this? But I've enjoyed it. It's like, it's been my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. Terrible for me, but...
Sandwiches are the only food that I really like cold. I'm not one of those people. I don't like pizza cold. I don't like spaghetti cold, like a lot of people do. But I will eat a cold meatloaf sandwich for some reason. I'm quite sure you'll get comments and us. What do you mean you don't like pizza cold? That's a statement. Yeah, I don't like pizza cold. Even if I have leftover pizza, I gotta warm it up.
What do you mean it's a statement?
A lot
Either
of people that I know.
the only reason why you would say meatloaf is terrible is you've never had someone cook good meatloaf.
My dad cooks good meatloaf, that's for sure.
It's such a simple meal, but it's just, maybe it's just something, I mean, it's just, maybe it's the same thing like eggnog is for me. I love eggnog, but no one around me can stand it. Little quirks.
I feel bad because I never tried eggnog before.
That's right. This is the true discussion we need to be having during DOT. Who likes meatloaf?
Meatloaf is awesome.
But it takes
And
the
of
other
course,
guys,
either doesn't like it.
It's alright.
takes the other guys 3 hours of the stream in order to start talking about food. It takes us less than 1.
Because let's face it, what in life is better than gaming, food, and then other things that won't be mentioned on the stream because it's a G-rated one.
What?
Exactly. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what was that?
Go ahead, bro. I think Ether said he doesn't like meatloaf just because I said I like it.
I mean, that's always a possibility.
Let's see. I don't know, what do you guys think of Jotun as a Titan?
I think he was garbage when I got him at 30,000 souls last year.
What?
I said, I think he was garbage. I'll repeat that.
What do you think of the new, improved version of him?
Wait. What the heck? Was he 30,000 souls?
Last year's Christmas event.
You're joking, right? I remember right.
No, he was 18,000 souls. The event last was 30,000
That's
souls.
even before they even started putting stretch goals above the Titans. The Titan back then was the main goal.
Yeah,
There was nothing above the Titan. And last year's Christmas event, Joe 2 was at 30,000 souls.
I may have to go check that one out. I didn't know he was a 30,000 mark. But if he was, I am kicking myself for ever getting him.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I thought the event was 30,000. I thought
It was a 30,000 event. I just thought he was at the 18,000, and then they had his relics afterwards, which were total garbage.
I could be mistaken. Anybody at actually?
Because I don't remember ever seeing him at 30,000. Now, then again, I don't remember every event, so I wouldn't remember it all. But
Well, the only reason I remember that event is because it was 30,000. That was the first time I've ever saw a 30,000 soul event. Now, like Shooter said, Joe 2 might have been lower. I don't remember. I thought he was at 30,000, but if he was at like 18, apparently I ran all the way.
yeah, I don't remember crap. I don't remember anything really, even from yesterday, so I'll never read that stuff.
Alright. Dougie wants to know how far we are in the event. I'm going to show mine right now. I'm only at 2240 right now. So
I just got above, just a hair above 16,000, and now I'll just grind what I can grind down, because my main goal was to get all red or pronounce them.
Alright. And how many relics have you used to get to 16,000?
I must have got, I mean, I can count. I was lucky I got 1 4-star. I got 3 stars, and the rest of them about 2 stars or 1 star. I'm going to say probably 30 relics so far.
30 relics. Wow, when did you start? When did you start the event? Really started?
Yeah, you said you were like, what, 16,000 souls?
Yeah, I got 16,006 souls actually.
30 relics.
I'll say I probably got 30 relics. I'm just opening the game now. I'll tell you exactly what I got. Or what I've used, because I haven't used them.
Hey, what boost state are you using?
I'm not using any. It's a 1.1 because I don't boost type.
Alright.
Okay, I got 1 4-star. 1, 2, 3. I got 4 3-stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 2-stars.
Jeez.
Now I gotta go past all these XP relics.
Alright. This one's, while you count those up, Alex, this is what my Jotun was from last year. I got the Goliath defensive ones.
That is 35 boost relics.
Okay, that's what I've used so far.
And then Josh, what I do with my XP relics. My 2 stars, during the course of this event, I just throw them in the Jotun. I want to get them to 40 as soon as possible so I can get that 4th relic slot. But any 3-star experience relics I am saving for Titans that I need to level up to level 20 for events. Alright.
Yeah, I did a 500K. I did a 505 Gem 4. Got a 4-star XP relic, which I don't mind that. That's fine with me. Wanted a 5-star, but I'll take the 4-star XP relic. That's fine.
I think it is time to move to Legends. Start farming them. Shout out to all non-toxic alliances. And
Yeah, I'll win the Knights Alliance. I think the name Evolution or something like that. Honestly, I don't pay attention to the live stream. But, filled with a bunch of great people. We pushed really high, hit like 200 million some last season. Of course, I only pushed it to 1 million. I didn't bother. Even though I did that less than.
Fair enough.
How have you all been on this very day?
I've been great. Been a nice, relaxful day, and I'm off. I still have several days off. I'm until January 1st.
Lucky I'm off to the 2nd.
Now, I won't be streaming too much longer tonight, but understand, guys, that I will be having multiple streams throughout this week. I'm bringing back all of my old series.
Shooter, you know what this next event is, this fire? Is it a fire garden?
I hope so, man. I'm desperate. I want to see another Guardian. But even if it's a Fire Guardian, I mean, that's like the least tempting Guardian I can think of.
Right.
So I'm gonna.
It's that with a lot of armor, or covered in armor or something. So, you know, the discussion has been he might be a Guardian.
Well, to be honest,
Sorry, go ahead.
this week we are going to have a lot of fun with the streams that I do, though, guys. There's going to be discussion streams. There's going to be just challenge streams, as I put them. I'm going to show you guys my Titan collection. You guys are going to be able to pick which Titan that I attack with. I don't have to come up with a build that's not going to embarrass me completely. It's going to be good stuff. Alright, so as soon as I am done with these 21 portal stones, I'm going to cut the stream off a little bit early tonight. I got some things to do for my side business. And
Gotcha.
yeah.
We appreciate you staying on Christmas night, though.
Yeah.
I figured that once the kids were in bed, this would be the easiest time to do it.
Everybody in chat, don't forget to smash that like button, guys.
And everyone remember, hashtag meet and blame Zawan.
There you go. What happened to Zolan today? I didn't see his video come out for this.
It did? Wait.
I mean, I guess I could guess what happened. Christmas, but I was just... Maybe I
I
didn't...
figured he was just busy with Christmas and his little girl and stuff.
Oh, man. Okay, my son is playing right around the power button to my computer. And I'm banking he's not strong enough to press it all the way down. If so, we might lose Discord.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's 9 months
Actually, I
old.
thought he was going to stream today, too.
When are you two going to start streaming? Pisces, I know you already have a channel.
What's that?
When are you two going to start your own streams frequently?
Yeah, I'm working with Bowen's a lot. They're going to have no idea. But I'm going to get into it a little bit. And probably making a video here in the coming new year.
See, I
Alright, I am so sorry, guys. I'm actually going to need to end my stream now because obvious reasons.
Hey, bro, you have a good Christmas and go take care of that family you were buddy.
Sounds good.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to visit the kingdom tonight. I want to thank my special guests Jim and Pisces. Look for me tomorrow night, everybody. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see you tomorrow.